episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to be looking at one of the new PRS pedals. But before we get into the pedal, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, clicking on the notification bell. That way you know what we're up to. Your engagement with us helps us engage great people in the business. Mm-hmm. This time we got the pedal again with our library card. We did not get it directly from PRS, but we have one of the new 3 pedals in from PRS.
Yeah, through Zzounds.
Yes.
So shout out to Zzounds for sending these over for us to check out. Today, the wind through the trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So flanger pedal. And we've sat down like, okay, what do we want to do tonight? And the thought was we just want to kind of hear it. So typically when we bring a pedal on the show, we're turning knobs. We're going through, here's all the knobs. Here's what they do. Mm-hmm. We might come back and do that in a subsequent video. But tonight we were like, hey, they gave us some preset sounds.
Yeah, some recommended settings.
Settings. And maybe we came up with one of our own. And we were like, let's just dive into it and do it. Let's just go for it. So first sound.
Well, anytime it has the word 80s in it, it kind of comes to me. So this is a slower 80s styles flanger. And I played it on a PRS. Who knew?
So returning from the 80s, for my first one, I picked suggested setting number 3, which is a Swirly dual flange, great for strumming chords. And as I'm looking at this is the owner's manual that comes with the pedal. It says bass,
right? Which
I never saw before. This one says guitar, so I imagine this was the suggested settings for a bass guitar if you're strumming.
It says chords, and he plays with the Granger brothers, so there's plenty of chording being played in his personal band on a bass, but I'm not sure that's everybody's everyday experience.
Yeah, but I still thought it was kind of a cool setting, so here we go.
So that was some excellent bass playing by the Beard. Right. So I went to what probably should have been the first thing you do when you get a pedal. We always talk about how the creator sends it. There is a setting in the manual that says this is Paul's favorite setting. I have no idea what Paul would play in his favorite setting, but I played this.
So that was Paul's favorite setting. You don't know what he would play on it, but I wonder if you could guess what kind of guitar he'd use.
Maybe something like this. I guarantee it'll have his name on it.
Probably. So for the next one, I actually went out to the website. On the website, there's a few suggested samples there, settings there. One of them is for a fast Leslie sound. Of course, I'm going to try that. So this is what the fast Leslie suggested setting sounds like.
So for what is my final clip, we're also on the website, and we picked the one that makes the reference to the jet engine, and I really fought the temptation to play the song that made the jet engine famous, but I played this.
Of course, in the end, he caved.
I did.
So for my last one, we were out of suggested settings, which suited me well. I wanted to like start turning knobs and play with something and dial it in. And I looked at what was going on in the fast Leslie, and I was like, what if we kind of reverse that a little bit? What if we take that fast, so LFO 2, and make it fast, make LFO 1 really slow, and then lean on 1 with 2 just kind of slipping in. And it's really weird. It's weird. Here it is.
So I thought that was really cool. In true transparency, I was coming into the studio here tonight, and the Beard was already playing, and he was playing that setting. And as he was playing, I thought, I couldn't remember the topography of the pedal, and I thought, oh, that's right, you can engage one LFO or the other or mix them, because I thought when he hit certain things, it sped up, but you can't. They're both on.
Right. So by like taking that LFO mix, instead of doing a 50-50, going to the slow one, I felt like when you held notes held chords,
Mm-hmm.
it gave that one underneath a chance to start poking up and start fighting, almost fighting with the other one. We heard a couple times tonight where, depending on how you have it set, the two LFOs start to fight.
Mm-hmm, which is how he created the pedals. It's
Right.
two flangers that are fighting.
It's almost like if you were out in the woods
The wind was blowing.
and the wind was blowing
And you're like, what is that?
through the trees. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, we were keeping this one short, right? So with that, that's our 6 sample settings that we did tonight. Maybe we'll come back, dive into the knobs, twist the knobs, and explain the pedal itself a little bit more. But just know, I mean, this is the crazy stuff you can do. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Right.
So with that, we always take a moment. Thank you for watching, obviously. And if you have subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the like button, the notification bell, all that jazz. Like
Smash it.
smash. Well, like Pat said in the beginning, anytime we were talking about this earlier tonight, anytime you interact with the channel, it helps us interact with the people that can help us get cool stuff to share with you. Basically what it comes down to. So your interaction helps us find cool stuff for you. I'll shut up with that.
PJ, on behalf of the beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. Even if what you hear sounds like wind blowing through trees and played on signature guitars.